So I feel like the best way is to just tell us who you are, either your real life name or your in-character name, and tell me like about what your group is, what you do, what's that all about, and then we'll get to get to the good stuff.
So real life, my name is Vernon Wallace, which is why my tunic has the Wallace target on it. So in game, my name is Horsemeat. I represent an early history Pictish persona. The overall organization is called the EMP, or the Empire of Medieval Pursuits. And within that organization, there's a kingdom called Ardesca. Ardesca is made up of smaller baronies. The Savage Lands is a barony equivalent, but we are slowly growing in number and we're forming different hearths. So the Savage Lands is more like an allied nation, where there's several different hearths that stick together. The EMP is the general organization that we have our rules, and all of the separate hearths or baronies, they start their own events organizations. One of the biggest ones every year is called Ragnarok, and that's up in Bellingham, Washington. And like the name, a lot of the battles are themed after the Viking end of the world. So each scenario, the first day, we do tournaments to base each scenario off after a certain god fight. And the tournaments decide who the gods are going to be. So the next day when we do our war scenarios, and war scenarios can be upwards of 300 plus people fighting on the field, very largely depending on how many people you're fighting.
And they wear things like this, actual metal, real armor, things like that.
We have to wear a full kit with minimum specs, the helmet being one of the most important pieces, and I believe it has to be 14 gauge all around for the EMP. My helmet has 12 gauge and then 14 all the way around it. You can go thicker, but you can't go lighter. Protects your skull. You don't want cracked eggs.
Come in. Yeah, on camera. Yeah, eat the sustenance. Delicious. Thank you. I love your hair. I was going to do mine the same way. So what is this supposed to be like?
This is not really historically based off of anything. Generally, we try and fashion these after historical halberds, single-handed swords, two-handed swords. So one-handed would be a two-handed sword. But one of the guys came up with this unique idea of having these ridges in it for the sake of if I were to swing, maybe that can count as a couple of extra hits. So the point system is all honor-based. If I hit you, I don't get to tell you that I hit you. You declare it. So there's 3 hits that are allowed. Once your 3 hits are gone, you're dead. It doesn't matter where they hit you. If I hit you in the shin, if I hit you in the arm, and I hit you in the body, 3 hits. 3 hits no matter what. There are what we call substantial hits. If I baseball swing this at your head and I knock you down, you might want to take that as I'm dead. So we allow punching, kicking, shield bashing, we tackle, we throw people to the ground. There's grappling rules. So if you throw somebody to the ground, you have to go down to the ground with them to make sure nobody gets hurt. Our #1 rule in the EMP is be excellent to one another. I hold my guys extremely accountable to that. If I see them even at a practice where they aren't taking shots that are good, or they have a tendency to try and hurt people, I call them out on it. I don't let people fight like that. It's a game. First and foremost, it's a game.
How long have you been doing this?
Since I was 14, I'm 28, so about 13 years.
Nice.
14, 13.
What got you into this? Where did you find out about all this?
Growing up, I was a nerd. I like video games, D&D, all that jazz. And then I met Wolfblood, you know. He had a shop that had helmets and armor and stuff like that in it. And his primary business is silkscreen printing, so he prints t-shirts. So we walked in and we were like, well, why do you have this armor here if it's not part of your business? And he's like, let me tell you a story. I do something called the SCA, or the Society of Creative Anachronisms. It's a rattan game, a lot like the EMP is. The major differences come into the combat, where it's more like fighting with a lightsaber. It's a one hit. If I hit you in the head, you're dead. If I hit you in the arm, you lose an arm. And then if I hit you again, you're dead.
Okay.
So it's a faster, more finesse style of fighting. The EMP was not around at the time, at least we didn't know it. So I met him, and he's like, well, you're too young to actually fight, so let me introduce you to boffer fighting. And he showed us the padded weapon fighting, and we grew up doing that. Slowly over the years, he was like, okay, here's a helmet, put the helmet on. Now you guys can hit each other in the head. How does that feel? All right, here's gauntlets, here's this armor. Next thing you know, he's putting rattan in our hands, and we're fighting in the SCA. I went away for 3 years, so I didn't see him for a while, and I fought SCA while I was in Texas a little bit. And when I came back, he was like, hey, yeah, I know that we trained you to do SCA, but there's this new group called the EMP. And then I've been stuck in it ever since 2014.
Nice.
I say stuck, I love this game.
Yeah.
It is a blast. It is the most fun, and it's therapeutic. The violence aside, just being able to get out there and exercise in the way that the combat makes you exercise.
Yeah.
It's super.
I feel like this kind of thing, I mean, you move parts of your body I don't think you would move necessarily in any other kind of workout. I mean, your whole body is in motion.
But it's a workout, and it's a blast getting to know the people that are out there.
So last time I was here, you whacked me upside the head with this helmet on, I believe.
Yes, I did.
I'd like you to do that again
All right.
for me, so let's get this on. Okay. Just to show people what it would be like to get a couple of good whacks.
So this is a really good helmet.
Feels good.
Yeah, it's padded. All of our helmets have to be padded, and as I said before, all of our helmets have to meet minimum metal requisites. Essentially.
Okay.
All right. So,
Joseph. Hi, I'm Dylan Fix, and this is Medieval Masochistic Madness. Do it.
The arms of the angel.
Thank you, sir. May I have another? Thank you, sir. May I have another?
another.
Another. Thank you, Madonna. May I have I want to subscribe for every hit I took. Okay, I think, yeah. I don't have much of it. There we go.
There's a chest.
Yeah. Hey, how's it going?
Too bad.
Great seeing you again. Thank you. Oh, I'll put, all right. Because I like this thing. It's really cool.
I know, I love that helmet. I saw it online. I was like, oh man, I wish I had the mic for that. And then I show up, he's like, look at the helmet. I got,
And look at that. I mean, you gave me a couple good dings, and like, there's not a dent on this.
it was
A little scratch, but I'm feeling really good right now. Cleared the sciences. Thank you again for doing
yeah, no problem.
Thank you.
Yeah, anything that'll help. All right,
Thank
sounds
you.
good. Yeah, no problem.